Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing?
Have to move the water and stuff. A lot of props.
Yeah, I put that up there so they can see the blue.
I'm trying to put it where.
Let's just see what box.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, everybody. This is KST Lux Lace and Fashions. I am Selena, aka Lovely.
I'm Tiffany, aka TT.
And I am Miss DJ Bad. Hey, y'all.
And we're three brown-skinned women that's bossed all the way up.
Yeah.
So today we wanted to start you off with a positive quote. And from that point on, I think that's what we're gonna do because God has put us in this position where we can do this. So we definitely gotta give him recognition. So in the beginning of our podcast, we're gonna start giving a quote, and at the end, we're gonna give some type of a scripture because we gotta put God in everything that we do because without Him, we wouldn't be here.
Yes, Lord.
Coming to you on this podcast.
Yeah.
So Tiffany, what's up with the quote?
Okay, this comes from Maya Angelou, and it goes, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive."
Couldn't say it better. I love that.
I love it.
So I would like for everybody to go and follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. Go to our YouTube channel and give thumbs up, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share.
Give us
Please.
some thumbs up,
Please. And now I want to recognize our businesses. I'm going to start off with Daily Care Home Agency, LLC, out of Sanford, North Carolina. Number is 919-292-1815, and we're located at 2515 Watson Avenue in Sanford, North Carolina. And also KST Lux Lace and Fashions, LLC.
As you can see, we got the fashion job.
Yes, and we're gonna show you a couple of things that we got. Just a little peek show of preview, a sneak peek. We have Dolce and Gabbana.
Can y'all see them?
Huh? I got different colors in it. Got a little bit of Chanel. And we even got tennis shoes. Can you grab those shoes to show them the people's the shoe? We're still out of those. That's the last pair, but somebody already bought them. So, we're going to have a grand opening this month, June 30th, on my birthday, here at the building. And it's going to be a family and friends day. We're going to have bouncy houses, slides, food. And we also want other businesses to come out and set up tents and showcase your stuff, sell your stuff. So you can put your stuff out there too. It's not only just about the KST and what we do. We want everybody to be able to show their stuff too. Deja?
Shouting out our business, me, my grandmother, my uncle, and my aunts, Talika and Shakia. We have our Blessed by the Best catering. If y'all ever need anything catered, please let us know. We will cater your any event. So anytime you need anything catered, we do cater events, and we also do plate sales. The kitchen is open every Thursday, so y'all come see us.
And we have Tiffany Davis in Green, home inspection. You can reach me at 910-591-9712.
And as promised, we're gonna shout out some other local businesses. And we have Shauna Satisfactions. She said you can contact her at lmcEachin40@gmail.com for catering, for any food. She's good. Then we got Paris Amira Photography. You can get her on her business page or on her personal page. She said Brittany Blue. Then we have Blinging with Beautiful Jewels 413 by Latanya Owens. Then we have Bling with Gwen's Jewels by Gwen Boss. You can follow her on her page, Gwen Boss. Then we have #ShoeFly by Peaches. Wilson Weekends, another podcaster, and they say he's pretty good. I haven't listened to him yet, but he podcasts on Sundays. Go check him out. And then we have Furbish My Temple by my babies. They do lawn care, trash removal, and stuff like that. Then we have Mary McLean, Mary Juices, and she's supposed to meet with me sometime this week to give us some samples of the juices so we can see for ourselves what it does.
Yeah, I can't.
And she said it helped with blood pressures and helps with your health. And then we have Lakeela Bell, Mr. and Mrs. Events and Planning. You can reach her and her husband at 910-694-8970. Also, they have a lawn care service, and you can reach her husband at 984-225-9021, or you can call Keela. And I want to give a birthday shout out to Jessica Jones, my sister, my homie. I love you, my best friend, Patrice's sister. JJ, happy birthday! I love you, and I wish you many more. And I also would like for everybody to take a moment of silence for my stepsister, Jasmine Marsh. She passed yesterday morning. And so can we just take a moment of silence for her just really quick? And I want to say that we're praying for the family, praying for Irene and Mookie, and and her baby. And I just want, everybody to pray for our family because, this was a hard one.
Yeah.
So today's topic, what's today's topic, ladies?
We are talking about generational curses.
Yeah.
And also how to break those generational curses. If you guys can tune in, also call that number 910-984-5211. And if y'all have a story to tell or anything that y'all would like us to know, please feel free to use that number and call in so that we can hear about your experiences with generational curses. So starting off, I just want to give a definition of what a generational curse is for those of you that might not know what a generational curse is. It is a habit or a behavior that has been passed from one generation to the next. A habit or a behavior.
Yes, and what's crazy is in Black communities, and especially in Black families, the older generation are good for sweeping things under the rug, but they're good for saying what goes on in our home stays in the home.
And then it's something that we look at, we take on to, and when we get older, it's passed on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And not only that, sometimes for the kids that's going through these things, we need closure.
Yeah.
When you've been through some things, some heavy duty things, sometimes we need closure to get through it, get past it. And when you brushing it under the rug, we're never getting closure. So now we're becoming grown adults still dealing with the things that's going on in our childhood. And that's, to me, it's not fair to the kids. And I understand maybe, I don't know. I don't understand why the older generation always was, brush that type of stuff under the rug.
They don't want to talk about it, but that's what they've learned from their ancestors. That's what the generational curse comes in, because they learned from their ancestors how to move on and, hush. We ain't gonna talk about that stuff that we don't talk about. And a lot of Black families, it's hard because we don't talk about a lot. We don't talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we should. And we definitely should.
It makes us, because I know as a child, I was looking to talk to, my mama and my grandma about certain stuff, and I wasn't comfortable because I knew that would be something that, might have got me in trouble because of how my grandmother was raised, and that was, we don't talk about certain stuff. And then until we got comfortable, and as we got older, it became normal for us to talk about that certain stuff to, my mama and my grandma. And my mama was afraid to, talk to me about a lot of stuff. But as I got older and we got closer, it was just like, it became something normal, and we grew into talking about it.
Yeah, it's to me, I know that they went through things, because I know back in those days that they did a lot of, incest, they were
Yeah.
being molested and raped
Mhm.
and so, but, so their parents used to tell them, just don't leave my house. But I feel like, how did you feel when it happened to you and your parents told you that? How could you tell your kids that,
Yeah.
knowing how you felt when your parents told you that? You know what I'm saying?
And it don't even have to just be stuff like this. Generational curse can be anything. It can be a mental illness that you watched your parent carry and you inherited carrying it to an addiction or illness or poverty. Because some people are comfortable with staying where they are in life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you are. So right.
Yeah.
Hey, Teresa Brewington, Brittany Carroll. Hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. But you're right, some people are comfortable with living certain lifestyles. Even like, if you see your parents, because I know in my family it's a lot of alcoholism. And that's why I drank, when I was drinking, I didn't drink as much as, because I was hell bent on, I'm not becoming an alcoholic. Either, because I've seen that with my aunts, uncles. I'm not becoming an alcoholic, so I didn't drink as much as, as much is because I'm so hell bent on not being like them.
That was one thing that I was always happy about my dad, that something that he broke, because he went through it,
Yeah,
and then he finally
for years.
yeah, and then he spent years not drinking,
Years, over 20 years.
and then he got depressed and he
My
started
dad
going.
died first. That was like the worst thing that happened to him when my dad and Tisha died. That what really did a number on him mentally. It really did.
And I hate it, and I'm the same way like you are. Like I that's who I never want to be. I never want to be an alcoholic because where I know it can take me. Even when I see myself, I'll be drinking, going through a depressed mode, and I'll be like, you know what? Let me stop.
Yeah, and I'll be mad at myself the next day.
Yeah,
I'll be pissed, especially if I get drunk.
Get
ready to fight, or
I don't remember what happened or something.
Oh my God, I hate myself.
Like nobody knows where it takes. I go into a dark place. I won't talk to people for days.
You do that.
I get so if I do something the night before and I can't remember, I beat myself up bad, and I don't talk to people for days.
You do that
because I'm just like, that's not who I want to be.
Well, I know, and I went through, when I was growing up, our family member moved to Connecticut with us. I was like 4 years old, and he moved in with us, and he molested me from the time I was 4 years old to when we moved to North Carolina. And I didn't know that he was doing it to my other cousins until we moved here when I was like 8. And I would spend a night at my grandma's house with my cousins. And I remember the first night I realized that was going on, he came in and woke my cousin up out of bed and took her out of bed and took her to another room and molested, raped her. And so it got to a point where we were all in that bed and pray and pretend to be asleep because we didn't know which one of us that he was gonna come and get at night. It was horrible. And he did it till we were probably like 11, until we got a voice and he knew that now he needed to quit. But he kept on with one of the younger cousins, to the point of, and we didn't know it was still happening. Me and her sister didn't know it was still happening until she got pregnant by him at 12. And nothing was done about it.
She had the baby?
No, she ended up having a miscarriage at 12 years old. And nothing was ever done about that monster doing it to her. And she told them, everybody standing there, and she told them that they were trying to make it seem like, oh, it's this person's baby, oh, it's that person's baby. And she said, no, I like to say his name. It's this person's baby, my cousin, this person. And they were like, they were angry that she said that in front of everybody. That he was standing there like, no, it isn't. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. And it was definitely the truth.
Wow.
It was that he had the audacity to stand there and cry as if it was really a lie. But yes, it was your baby, and you was messing with your cousin. You was a grown man. You knew better. It's not right. Even if we were children, it wouldn't have been right. But and you are much older.
And I can honestly say something had to happen to him for him to feel like that was okay.
Well, you know, maybe so, but that goes back to what I said.
Yeah, generational. It's
Yeah.
a generational curse for what y'all went through, and it's a generational curse for what he went through too. Because whoever he saw do it, he took it, he learned it, and he kept doing it.
Yeah. And my grandmother is just such a strong woman. Her husband had a baby by her sister.
And she stayed with him.
She stayed with him till the day he passed away.
And you know, I was just on the phone talking to my friend, and we were talking about that, and I was talking about, how my grandmother has built my grandfather, through everything that he never did nothing too crazy. My grandma did not put like that.
Yeah.
he was been dead.
Yeah. Right. I love you too, Ronnie Davis.
But
AJ.
they've been through a lot with each other. And I was telling my friend how even though my grandma never told us or said it, or my mom never told me, I watched both of them stick by someone, and they went through
to the end,
to up and down, through hell with them, and then back. And of course, my grandma and my granddaddy are saved now, and they are living, living how they living right. And my mom and my dad, they never got to get it right, but I be looking at myself and I'm like, I'm doing the same thing that they doing. And I was just telling my friend, I was like, but that's not who I want to be.
Yeah.
So I've been like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you gotta break the cycle somewhere. And the first thing is understanding and accepting that it's a problem. This is a pattern that's continuing. Like my mom was molested by a family member when she was growing up. She was devastated by it. She's still devastated to this day about it. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm so strict on my kids, and especially my daughter, because I refuse for anybody to ever put my baby through what I had to go through. Yeah. So I don't let her just spend the night anywhere. I don't let her just go anywhere. I don't let just anybody stay in my house because I will kill you. Yeah. You don't have to worry about going to prison.
But you gotta be that type with your boys too.
Yeah, and I was definitely like that with my sons. They used to get mad with me when they were growing up because I wouldn't let them spend the night at a friend's house. But the friends, it got to the point where all their friends stayed at our house. We always had a house full of kids because I'm not playing that about my sons. And when they did go places, I would ask them, anybody touch it? They were like, Mom, no. Anybody ever did this? Because they don't discriminate. There's not a discrimination.
And see, I do it. I ain't comfortable with telling my story yet, but when I get there, I'll tell it. But it happened to me, and then when I would not tell my mom or my daddy.
Yeah, that probably
I was like, no, I'm scared. I was like, I'm gonna get a whooping because I was blaming myself.
Yeah. But you know what? When you say you thought you were gonna get a whooping, that's how I was growing up. The parents always made you feel like, yeah, but I found out about you having sex, or I bet I found out about not nobody has the right to touch you. Nobody has the right to do this. Make you feel comfortable to say something about it. Instead, it makes you terrified.
If that ever happens to you, you need to come to me immediately.
Yes, immediately and tell me.
And my mom was also the person not to talk about stuff like that. And her and my daddy, they will try to completely avoid stuff like that. So when it happened, I'm like, terrified out of my mind. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Yeah. Or, who can I go talk to? And I finally ended up telling one of my friends. And she vented to me and told me about it happening to her. And somehow she just was like, one day she was just like, I want to tell your mama that it happened. And I guess it bothered her because she went and finally told her mama it bothered her that I wouldn't go tell my mama. And she walked in the house and was like, basically told them what happened.
That was not the right way to do it.
And I was like, I sat there, when I say I sat there shocked, but my mama was like, when my mama said something to me, it surprised me more that she wasn't mad. I could see that she was hurt. Yeah. And she was like, are you telling me the truth? Did this really happen to you? And I could tell the story front and backwards. The same way it happened and it happened. And when I say it went from her calling my daddy was mad, my daddy was historical because he would tell me if something ever happened to you, you better tell me. You better tell me. But I was terrified because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and then you
when I
scared
tell
that if you love your parents and you don't want them to go to prison for
Yeah.
doing or hurting somebody, and you'll be feeling like because of what I told is the reason why this is,
But
they're in this situation. But sometimes we gotta put that to the side because I feel like as a victim, you need closure. You're
and
never
I
gonna be, some of us never get over that stuff, and we turn into people victimizing people.
I
A
remember
person that victimizes other people.
I remember after she had called my daddy, she ended up calling ended up calling my uncle. And when I say my uncle, he snapped, he was riding around. She was like, your uncle was riding around looking for him right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh my God, like, what did I just start? What just happened?
Yeah, that's a feeling that you hate to feel.
And I was like, oh my God, like, I just felt so ashamed of myself. But then when she later on, she came to talk to me, she was like,
you don't have a reason to feel shame. The perpetrator is the one that's supposed to feel shame that you would do something like that. Let me shout out a couple of people. Ronnie, that's it, right? Rhonda Woods, hello. EJ, hello. Vanessa Samuel, hello. Darnisha, thank y'all for watching. Elizabeth Worthy, get Willie. My baby Ty Savvy, Mary Mookie, thank y'all for watching. Jamaria Dorset, thank y'all for watching. And Mary, we waiting on our stuff. I was inbox you my number so we can meet with you, so we can get our juice.
Yes, we want our juice.
It's funny because even now telling that story, I still like cringe. Like I be like,
yeah, I try my hardest when I'm just talking about like what this person did to me. What he did to me, I try to, I refuse to cry. Yeah. Because a 4-year-old does not deserve nothing like that. Mm-hmm. It does not. And you just ultimately took my childhood away, my virginity away. Mm-hmm. That was just absolutely horrible. And then the things that you did, you sodomized me. You did all kinds of, maybe give you oral sex at 4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. You are a monster. Yeah. And you shouldn't be around nobody's children, not even your own. Nobody's children. Yeah. And they did it to my cousins. They to this day is what I does too, but he walks around as if he don't remember that he did it. Speaking, want to ride with you. He even told my cousin told me I could talk about it and say my cousin Alicia, he asked her to keep her kids. He said, "Won't you just start dropping your boys off with me and let me keep them sometimes?" Absolutely. And she was like, "Is you crazy? Why? So I got to kill you when I come back to get them?" Absolutely not. Like you forgot? Did you forget what you did to us for years? Wow. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You're a straight up monster. And that's just that. But at the end of the day, what can you do? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What can you do when this happens to you? When nobody around you is willing to step up and do anything about it. Mm-hmm. Now, I gotta say, if my brothers knew, or my father knew. My father didn't know until I was grown, and he hated him, and that's his nephew. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And he approached the situation. I thought he was gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying? But I had to wait till I was grown to tell him, and it was one of those things of I just felt like it was the time that I needed to tell him what he did. You know, I didn't go into details. I didn't tell him where we were when it first started because I didn't want him to feel like he brought that monster into our house for him to do that. You know what I'm saying to me? Yeah. And he used to drop us off over my grandmother's house, so he could go to work, or him and my mom could go places or whatever. And I used to beg him, please don't leave me here. Please don't leave me here. And he did ask me, was that the reason why you didn't want me to leave you at his mama's house or whatever? And I was like, yeah, that was the reason why I didn't want to stay there. So and everybody know I love my grandma. Yeah. I adore my grandma. So for me not to want to stay there, it was definitely a reason. And I was, that should have brought a red flag. Right then, why did she not want to stay there?
That's how I am with, like, my kids. If my kids don't want me somewhere, I'm instantly like, what the F did you do to my child? Yeah. Like, what happened? Why did my child not like you?
Because you just don't want to stay for no reason.
Yeah. You being wanting to go over there now, so you don't want to go over there. What done happened? Mm-hmm. And I'd be ready to, flip out or blink on somebody. But, thank God, like I said, I'm particular about who my kid goes stay with and, who
Yeah,
they be around.
yeah, and you have to question your children, and regardless of who, it could be, it doesn't matter if it's a person that people don't think will do something like that, because sometimes it be the people. Yeah,
Those
we'll do
ones
it.
that you just you look at and you like, they're not like this. They'll never do it. And maybe
Those be
those
the
ones
ones.
that do it.
Those be the ones, is the ones that you don't think will do it. And them always are the ones.
And the guy that did it to me, they already knew what type of person he was. They just didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Because I would go and play with his niece, and nobody ever thought that he would, he was crazy enough to even try something like that. And I already knew it was something when he made his niece go in the house. And I was like, all right, it's time for me to go home. He was like, no, you can't go home then. I was like, no, it's time for me to go home. It's time for me to go home. Like, what are you doing? If she's not outside playing, I don't have no reason to be over here.
And it's like you can feel when something about to happen. It's like the worst feeling.
But it's like she knew though.
Because she probably was doing it to her too.
She just went in the house like it was nothing.
Yeah, he probably was doing it to her too. And what could she really do? Because when you terrified. You terrified. She probably like the situation with me and my cousins. She probably was terrified it won't hurt this time.
No, we outside playing baby dolls and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, now it's time for me to go. And when he said you can't go, I said, what? Why? That's a terrifying feeling. I never want my kids to experience that.
It is a terrifying feeling, and I pray for anybody that has been through that. I pray that God give you strength and healing and give you peace, because it really, really tears you down. And like I said, sometimes you grow up to be, you just can't get over it. Yeah. So a lot of women go into prostitution because of it, get on drugs because of it, because they can't handle it. Cannot handle it. I know I got a couple of friends became really promiscuous because of being molested and raped as a young kid.
It's crazy. Because I just found out that when it was happening to one of my little cousins, that actually the guy's locked up now, and she was trying to tell someone that it was happening, and everybody thought, she was just talking like that because she was being grown, not realizing what was actually.
And that's another thing that kills me is when adults think that a child is being fast or being grown, and instead of trying to figure out why are they showing this type of behavior, or why are they saying talking like this? It's a reason for everything.
And just like Caden, my son, he had made a remark, and I don't know what I was doing. I was on the phone. It was nothing like that. And he was like, "Ooh, mommy, you can't be doing that. You being nasty." So I was like, "What you mean I'm being nasty? What you talking about?" I started questioning. I was like, "So what you know about
what's
that?
Being nasty?
What's being nasty? What you do? What you do? What you know about that?" And it's like he cringed, like, cause he like, "Oh, I know I wasn't supposed to say that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, but you better tell me where you got it from."
Yeah.
You're gonna get in trouble if you don't. But if we can sit down, we can talk about it, and you can let me know what's going on, why you even thinking like this. Yeah. You can't never hide it from me.
Yeah, and that's definitely time to start asking questions. And I thought you should, as parents, we should talk to our kids anyway, whether if it's uncomfortable for the child or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I've always made very much clear to my children is they can come to me and talk to me about anything, whether they think I'm gonna get mad or not.
Mm-hmm. And so I don't want it to just be based on stuff like that, because of course that's one addiction for people as a generational curse, and of course alcohol and drugs, but also mental illness and depression.
Yes, it is.
When it comes to mental illness, it can be depression, being schizophrenia, or you can go through bipolar depression. And one thing I can say about that, when you start realizing the signs that you're not being yourself, I feel like people should be open and speak up about it.
Yeah.
And accept the fact that something is going on with them that is not they knock themselves. And
Yeah,
I know it's kind of hard for people to
yeah, I was just
realize
about to say that.
because but
Sometimes a person don't know they're depressed.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was depressed after my daughter died. No, before then. After I become an adult, after all the things that happened to me, the abuse, the molestation, all that stuff, I was severely depressed for years.
Mm-hmm.
For years. And I didn't know why. I would have a time where I'm myself and I'm good and I'm being active. And a lot of times I was pretending to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing things that was really not in my nature, my character. I was to pretend to be happy and I really wasn't. I was depressed for years. I recently, honestly, kind of got over it. It was nothing but God that got me out of that state. I literally was looking. Did you know I go home and lay down, sleep for the rest of the day, go to work, I'm going home, lay down. Or I got to a point where I would drink a lot and go to bed, go to sleep. I would fight all the time. Well, you know that too. Fight all the time. I was severely depressed. I didn't like to be around a bunch of people. I didn't want to talk to people. It was bad. I couldn't stand to be around people. It made me cringe to be around people.
Yeah.
And it was bad. And I was like that for years.
And for parents, like realizing that your child has mental illness, I hate when people start to realize something is going on with their
And want to
kid.
put them on medication.
Yeah, put them on medication or
That goes back to when we were talking about the therapy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs to talk to
Everybody
somebody.
needs to talk to
Yeah,
somebody.
you're right. And stop
Everybody
trying to
needs
medicate
Yeah.
these kids.
Yeah.
Stop putting titles on them.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just as simple as talking to them.
I was getting ready to say that's all they need is to talk.
Right,
Start with
That's all they need
small.
is to
Start
talk.
out small before you go big.
Yeah.
right. And then I'm gonna say this. I don't want to offend anybody, but why when we take our kids to these doctors, and the very first thing they want to say is, "Oh, they need to be on Ritalin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got ADHD.
Yep.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?" When sometimes that don't even be the case.
All they need is
And that medication turns them into something else. Because I got a cousin that was so intelligent, that was just outspoken, and now he grew up on ADHD medicine, Ritalin, and stuff like that. And he is, I don't even know who this person is. That medicine totally changed his mind. His mind is gone
And
because of that medication.
all he probably needed is to simply go and sit and talk with somebody.
Yep.
Start off, that or
That too.
I believe that too. I believe that too. I
Yeah.
believe that too.
That works.
So when they start acting crazy like that ass up.
Yeah.
But also figure out, get to the bottom of it.
The bottom line.
What happened before they started acting like this that triggered that emotion in them to make them start acting like that. Because there's triggers. There's always,
There are triggers.
like there's always something that happened in that timeline that
For
triggered
every
the
action, there is a reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
And hey, Mookie married Mookie McLean said, "Hey y'all, hey
Hey.
beautiful, hey Elijah Williams, and hey Tasia Lee." But every action has a reaction,
Yes.
and we need to quit trying to, I remember I used to sneak out the window. I was good at it too, girl. I would put pillows in the bed to make it look like I was laying there with my legs being everything. You know what I'm saying? So I could sneak out and be wrong. My daddy never knew for months until I let somebody come spend the night with me. I had it planned out. I knew how to do it precisely. I would have music playing low, in my room, because I slept with the music, my radio playing every night. And I would lock my room door. But this particular night, the girl that stood the night with me had the radio too loud. So my stepmom and my dad broke in the room and put the covers back, and I was gone. And he nailed my window shut.
Yeah.
So I got to a place where I took the nails out, but I stuck them back in the hole like it was still, the windows were still nailed down. And I did that for years. And I was like, I say that to say that people always say that what you do to your parents is going to come back on you. So I'm on my daughter like white on rice, because what you is not going to do, Sue.
Let me tell you. So Pinky was like that. And we stayed up north. So, we in a 2-story, 3-story house. Or
Yeah.
whatever. Our bedroom had the little roof, had a tree beside it. She would jump off the roof every night, sneak out. And she'd be like, "Yo," don't say nothing, whatever. The one night, my aunt calls my mom and was like, "Yo, we're just seeing Pinky uptown." Why she do that? My mom come in the room and was like, "Look, your sister." Oh, I don't know. Why she never the window shut? Pinky comes to the window and talk about, "Yo, what's up? Let me in." Mama, I called her.
Get me killed.
She was like, "If you open that window, I'm going to beat your tail."
I've been taking the window like,
That's what I
can't hear
That's
you.
what I said,
I
no.
can't hear you.
I said, no, mama. She had the window. Come in.
Girl,
I would have acted like I was asleep. She would have been like, I was like, there's a
Yeah,
one night,
I can't help you, sis, but.
there's a one night I slept hard. I was asleep.
But I say that because I don't want the behavior to be something my daughter does.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would do if I walked in her room
And she won't,
yeah.
First of all, you gonna flip the fuck
I was
out.
there. That's the same thing I was thinking. You will flip out.
You gonna flip the fuck out. I like what Charlotte Renee said. She said, dang, it was in my mind. She said it always be the ones that you trust that does, something.
Yeah, it does. It really do. It be the people that you love the most, that you're close to and idolize.
Mm-hmm.
That does that.
I wish I could tell you what movie it was that we were watching a Tubi movie.
You love too.
Me and Shay was watching some type of movie, Tubi movie. I can't even
Ashley Prime.
think of what the Tubi movie was, but I can't think of what it's called. But the girl had her best friend over, and she was on drugs, and she would always, just leave her kids.
Mm-hmm.
This particular day, she left her kids with her best friend, and she had been doing it. When she left, the friend made the other kid go in the room and made the little boy stay in the living room with her, and was like, "You already know what I want."
Oh, that won't. No, that was said Tubi movie.
Mm-hmm. She was like, "Go ahead and do it." He grew up to sell himself to women.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just out messing with all these different women.
And I have a friend, a homeboy, who told me how when he was growing up, one of his aunts, I think it was, or cousins, or grown cousins, was sleeping with him.
Mm.
And it made him want to have a lot of sex and stuff like that because his grown aunt was, giving oral sex to him as a kid, having sex with him as a kid, not no teenager, a kid. So I say that to say that they don't just do, little girls, little boys gotta watch out for your sons too.
Yeah.
And not just women, men too.
Yes.
Miss Vicky said, we are doing a great job.
Thank you,
Miss Vicky.
Thank you, Miss Vicky. Thank you so much.
But yeah, definitely.
It's something and it's hard.
It's hard, but I think that was in everybody's family. Like you said, I'm not ready to talk about all that.
Yeah.
But it was in our family. What goes on in my house stays in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like we wasn't able to just go around talking about what happened and
I'm cool with that because some things I feel like shouldn't leave my house either. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's to do something about it. You don't want me to say what's going on in your house. Well, then do something about this so this won't happen again.
Yeah.
And then there won't be a reason to talk about what's going on in your house.
What's the movie? What is what's the girl? I can't even think of what it's called. Where the girl was getting raped by the mama husband in the closet and he kept on raping her. And when she got
that movie,
I can't even think of what the movie is called. When she got older, she ended up shooting them in the church.
No, I don't know the name of that one. If anybody knows the name of this movie, please.
The girl,
this movie. And if you want to call in,
the movie, Tyler Perry's movie, Mad Black Woman.
Yeah.
The girl that played her.
Yeah.
She played the girl.
I need to find out what the name of that movie is.
I can't think of what the movie is.
And if anybody knows what she's talking about, please.
I cannot think of what. I wish I had my phone. I think I know the name. I think it's I think another name. I think it's Woman. So I gotta look it up.
I bet you my cousin Alicia knows what the name of that movie is. She is a movie connoisseur.
I
But
wanna know
yes,
that.
yes, like you and when she finally ended up telling or when she told the mama want that like it ain't happening.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
She was lying.
Yeah, that's a lot of that too.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Because I've been in a situation where I was told I wasn't telling the truth,
Yeah.
you know, about some stuff, or well, you shouldn't have been being grown, or you shouldn't have been being fast.
And I
And
never
that, like, because this happened to me was because I was being grown, or because I was being fast.
this happened because
He's a fuck.
Yeah,
Dr.
this- Yeah.
Because he's a monster, and he's a pedophile, he's a
his
rapist.
friends, why would they even be looking at me like that or thinking
Yeah.
of me like that?
Right, right. But it is what it is, and people and parents say that, and like I tell my daughter all the time, parents don't always.
Women Thou Art Loose is the name.
That's what
It's
I
the
like
name
the
of the
woman
movie.
that
I think I seen that.
y'all haven't seen it. Y'all
I
haven't
haven't.
see it. Yeah, I knew the name woman that I was like woman that
Yeah, I'm going home and watch that.
Me too. I
But,
think I seen it though.
Keisha Barrett. Yeah, I definitely gotta watch that. I'm watching as soon as I get home. But we definitely gotta do better with that, even with the drug addiction. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are on drugs, I feel like you should still have a conversation with your children. Because sometimes we think that these kids don't know what we be doing.
And
Oh,
they know.
shoot.
And
Yeah.
you think you hiding it,
They
Yeah.
know.
but they be knowing.
Yes.
They know exactly what you're doing, and then before
Yes.
you get come out your child mouth. But then it's also just them knowing, and then them growing up because they saw you do it, and then you wondering how they got on it. Or
That's
they
why
started
I mean,
doing
we
it.
should have conversation
Yeah.
with your kids, let them know, look, this.
I can't.
Please don't do what I do.
I was
I don't want you to make mistakes that I made.
I was smoking when I was smoking blacks real bad. Kaden had made a comment one day and was like, you know, I'm gonna do that when I get older.
Oh.
And I was like, Kaden, no the fuck you not. Like I'm going to off. I'm like, no, you not. This is nothing good for you. And I think that's when I really started to realize I don't want to smoke no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I started smoking. I watched my mama, she smoked cigarettes.
Yeah.
All her, her adulthood, and then, now I'm older, now I'm smoking blacks, and I've been smoked them for most of my adulthood, and I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. Because for my child to look at me, and then, like I said, Kaylee, she get into where she want to act like she's smoking something. And I'm like, no, we ain't doing that.
Let me tell you what I used to do to my sons, and if one of them on here, I want them to comment. But I used to do stuff like, you want to drink this shot? Here, I'll pour it in the cup. Here, drink it. I ain't gonna say nothing. Like, no, I don't do that. I don't drink. And I'm like, you said the right thing, because if I find out you doing it, and it was like,
my
had to get you in Taylor.
my best friend, her papa was like when he got one day him and his friends or his brother was caught themselves sneaking smoking behind the house, and then his daddy caught them because they had a pack of cigarettes. He said he made them stand there and smoke every
The whole pack of cigarettes, but I know somebody else that did that.
And he was sick to his stomach. That made them never want to do it again.
I got caught dipping snuff when I was doing it.
No.
And I didn't know what I was doing, so I was swallowing that juice there. And whenever my grandma caught me dipping that stuff, she made me dip some. She made me dip it. She made me dip that stuff.
I don't know how you doing that.
Got my grandma. My mama.
Well, me and Pinky got caught smoking
Hey,
3 full cigarettes
It's
at
so-
one time, yo.
It's
My
so-
dad came up, I acted like I was asleep then. He whooped her tail. She got me, and she was like, you was up here with me. But you think I'm getting ready to get a whooping by that?
I didn't say that I needed
It's
it.
so funny because when I was a little girl, when we stayed in the village, my mom and my daddy was so me up being curious. I done watched my mom and my daddy how they smoke cigarettes. I was in the bathroom like, and I'm like, I thought I heard them get up. I hear it through the toilet, push the toilet, and like, I was like, I don't know what I ain't thinking nothing. I ain't thinking, I was just being curious. I ain't thinking through that. When they walked in the bathroom, they was smell it.
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, what would make me want to do that? That was, I didn't even.
I mean, Kayla. I can't see. Yeah, well, you didn't think that through.
But like I said, it's not just, it's not one way of having a generational curse. It could, be anything.
And wealth is
Yeah.
is a
Like I
generational
said,
curse.
people, yep. it
Having
is.
babies is a generational curse
Mhm.
because we got that curse in
Yeah.
our family. Like for real,
Yeah.
every year this year alone, we were supposed to have 9 babies.
9.
9. These people crazy.
Yeah.
These people crazy. 9 babies.
Because, you have people that, your mama done had all these kids. Now you having all these kids. and
Yeah.
Now your daughter about to have all these kids. No.
My one little cousin,
Shoot.
she's on her 11th baby. She said 11th baby. She said she wants
We need to break buying that generational curse stuff right now.
No, she said she wants each of her.
11
She wants
babies?
11. She said
That's
each
a
of her
big
kids.
suicide.
She wants each of her kids to
So
have 10 babies.
She want each of one of her kids to have 10 babies.
You heard? Yeah.
Yeah, she on Medicaid.
Crazy.
So let's talk about what we can do to break generational curses.
Yeah. That's
Keep
so
your
funny.
legs closed.
My grandma my grandma always taught me and told me when I, got older and I started going through my own little part of my generational curse. She would tell me to pray, and she would tell me to go to the Bible, and she always gave me different scriptures. But she was like, "But if you ain't gonna do that, Google it. They tell you, they give you scriptures and prayers
for each
on
topic.
generational curse." And then I end up downloading the app that I have on my phone right now, and actually, you can go in and search it.
Yeah,
and it gives you different scriptures to read. And I would just read and pray. And like I said, it would just be anything. I would just tell God that I don't want to do the same thing. I want to do something.
Yeah, that's how I was when I was going through my addiction. I would pray, ask God, just take this taste out of my mouth. Please, Lord, I beg you, take this taste out of my mouth. Even if the thought comes to my mind, Lord, take it away. And prayer to me is the best medication. It's the best medicine. God is always the best medicine. Period.
I couldn't do like everybody else can, do something different or, find ways to not do or, and the substitute what they're doing. No, it was me praying, just going to the room and praying.
Yeah, and it takes prayer because regardless of what, you can go and talk to any doctor, you go to any counselor, but you still got to be strong-minded, strong-willed to stop doing the things that you were doing. But if you put your trust in God and put your belief and trust in God only in Him, and have faith in Him, He can see you through and take you out of any situation, take any addiction, anything away from you. And I'm a true believer in that, and I'm a testimony. I'm a witness to it because He done it for me. He brought me out of a lot of things, near-death situations, addictions, all kinds of things. And I'm a true believer that you can't go wrong by putting your trust in prayer and asking God to deliver you from something. Because if you put your trust in Him, He will see you through it.
Yes, all the time.
Hey, Valerie Murchison.
All the time.
And I believe that, and I'm always believe that, and that's just what it is for me. Because I've seen it, and I've been through it, and I know what God can do.
Chavez said, "Pray over your children in generations to come. To come, be specific on what curse you are breaking off your pregnancy, depression, and poverty mindsets."
And you're so right, Chavez. That is so true.
Oh, she had commented the movie too. And Shauna said, "Y'all love it. Y'all generational curses consist of a lot learned behavior, financially the abuse, watching it. Y'all love it though, because that's the journey I'm on, and I'm breaking chains. Y'all, yes, this should be talked about more."
Yes, it should be. And that's what I meant by wealth, because the reason why I'm out here doing all these businesses and doing all the stuff I'm doing, because I didn't grow up in a place where we were struggling. My dad always had businesses, good jobs, money, but when we got to a certain age, we veered off into a lot of different things, and we struggled because of choices that we made. So I want to say that. But I don't want my children to ever have to go through anything. So I'm going to bind up any generation, because my kids are never going to have to struggle.
Yeah.
And what if I leave here, they're gonna have the means to take care of themselves and their children.
Yeah.
And their children gonna have the means to take care of their children. And their children gonna have the means to take care of their children. Because I'm binding up any type of poverty, homelessness, any of that.
Yeah.
That's why I work hard to do the things I do, because I truly believe that my hard work is gonna pay out.
If
Yeah.
you teach your child, if you
Yes.
teach your child how to sit in one place and not do nothing,
Train them up.
that's what they're gonna do.
You teach them
If
to
you
be a
show
mom.
them that they don't have to do nothing, you got it, you gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do. A lot of people, my not saying nothing about my baby daddy because he do try, but because he's been up under his mom's wing for so long and his grandma's wings for so long, it's just to the point where he's just like, I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I don't want to work for nobody. I want to do it on my own, but he don't know. He ain't gonna say he don't know how to get it. Yeah, he don't realize that you have to start from somewhere.
Right. You gotta cry before you
It's-
walk. You
well-
just don't wake up one day and be a business owner.
Let me correct myself. He didn't realize it when he first, had to, do it on his own.
Really.
It took him to struggle to realize, all right, I gotta start from somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta have a starting place. And my starting place was when I hit rock bottom, being depressed, and just realizing I don't want this for me no more. So I had to channel all those things, all those feelings that I had, all the things I was going through. I had to channel that hurt, that anger, and that pain into something. And my channel, it became businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I put everything into it.
That's
Well,
why
y'all both know that. When I put my mind to something, it's gonna happen.
That's why I say I go so hard. I go hard for my kids because they will not. I didn't grow up. We never seen our lights turned off, water. We
Yeah.
never went through none of that. We had a very good upbringing,
Mhm.
and my kids is
Yeah, we
gonna
did too.
have
I live in a
great
2-story
upbringing.
home,
That's what I'm saying.
with a basement in the bottom. And we live in a beautiful
garage.
home. We were in Connecticut,
Mhm.
and my dad moved us here. He built our house from the ground up, and he died in that same house.
Yep.
So I can't say but my mom, she got mixed up with the wrong people and started doing. So that's how I know both sides. I know the good side and the bad, because the decisions that us as parents, even us, make.
Yep.
There's no manual or book to tell you how to be a parent
No.
or what to and what not to do. You know what I'm saying?
And just because you make a mistake don't mean
What's that?
It's no book for it.
Yeah, there's no
There's no
manual
book.
to tell you
You gotta
to
do
do. Yeah.
And like my mom, I always was a hustler. I've never seen her do anything, but even when she didn't work for years, she found a way to have me Christmas, have me, birthday, everything.
Mhm.
And so was my daddy. My daddy might go months without a job, but then next thing you know, it's like
Yeah, like that was hard work. Yeah.
I gotta do something, and I gotta,
Stingy.
very stingy. But my mama learned from my grandma. My grandma, like I just go back to the conversation I was having on the phone earlier. My grandma worked while my granddaddy went through his thing. She worked and took care of her home. She took care of, went to work, came home, took care of her 5 kids. But she stuck it through until he got to decide to get himself together.
Mhm.
And it took a lot of prayer with her praying for him and praying that, like you said, prayer. She prayed that God took the taste out his mouth of alcohol and doing the things that he wanted to do. It made him end up being his life again.
Yeah, and it might not happen right then. It might happen as fast as you want it to happen. But if you keep your faith in God, eventually he knows the right time for him to do the things that he need to do in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he does it when you want to do it, what's the lesson learned?
Yep.
What's the lesson learned?
You're so right.
And it's always a lesson behind everything that you go through in life.
Yep.
It's a meaning behind it. It's a lesson behind it. It's up to you to figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Our story is already wrote out. It's just
Yeah, our story's already wrote out.
us figuring out what our purpose is.
Yeah.
And I love that I say that because I was thinking about my best friend's mom. I call her Ma too. And how she's experiencing life right now. And she's like, she's done did everything, now she's here and she moved away or whatever, and she was just stuck trying to figure out what her purpose is, because she's so used to being helping people.
Yeah.
She's so used to, having a purpose to be around
Yeah.
the people that she loves, because she's always got to do something.
Yeah.
And when she didn't have to do nothing, it was just like, well, what is my purpose?
Yeah.
And I told her what it
And
is.
sometimes that's a bad thing because you can't help everybody and you can't fix every situation. And you get to be on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I got to at least try. Because I know how it feels to be in a situation where all I needed was a me.
Yeah, and I feel like that may be y'all purpose, but you gotta help people that want to be helped.
You true. And sometimes it's not even about helping people. It's about me giving you a scenario of things that I've been through to help you see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The ways that you got the things that's going on to see a better vision. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes all you need is just a push.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what
or somebody to believe that you can be better than what you are.
That's what some people, but I see it with you and her and myself. We have a tendency of going back to people that we help. We try to help. They don't want their help, or they try to
beat you down, talk about you,
they use you,
yeah, and you still continue
and they use you, and then you go back and still try to help them again.
Yeah.
And every time you go and try to help them, they bite you every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Not make you regret every time.
And it's just like, I think, like I said, I got to the point where I'm just like, F that, like, F you. I don't want to, I'm not doing it no more.
Go and follow us.
I'm not doing it no more.
And please go to YouTube, like and subscribe. We're trying to get our numbers up. We're trying to make this bigger than big. We're trying to take this somewhere because we truly believe in what we're doing, and we want to do good God's work. We want to help people, and the only way we can is if you guys go and like and subscribe to our channel and support. And if we all put support into each other, we can build each other up to be so great in life. But people don't want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? That's a generational curse, I guess, too.
Mm-hmm.
Is to want to be stuck in this place in life, and you're comfortable with wanting other people to be stuck in that place in life. Yeah. You don't want other people to grow because you have the potential, but you don't want to grow. You are comfortable with being in a place in your life, so you don't want somebody to bypass you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then that's learned behavior. That's stuff that you see, you witness to see and be around. Even if it's just family members doing it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're so right.
I just hate that that is something that we have to experience in life, realizing when we have a problem, realizing when it's become a problem because our mama did it, and our mama's mamas did it. Because I feel like, I want to go my own path. I want to create my own story.
I tell my kids that. I always tell them that all their life. You don't be nobody's follower. Mm-hmm. You be your leader, period.
And then sometimes, like I said, you do it without realizing you're doing it.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Because like I said, we watched our parents, we watched our grandmothers, and now all of a sudden it's just the instant to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, learned behavior.
Okay.
Stuff that you sit back and watch and you think it's okay. That it goes back to, domestic violence, choosing men, generational curses with that. Us women choosing a certain type of men and having this around your sons and your daughters, and then they get to thinking that that's okay. That behavior is okay. That it's okay to be with a man that's abusive to you. It's okay to be with a man that doesn't pay bills. It's okay to be with you know what I'm saying? And for the sons, it's okay to put your hands on a woman. Mm-hmm. It's okay for you to be with, be nothing and not pay child support and making kids and not taking care of them. Those are generational curses too.
Mm-hmm. And I want to read this off. I don't think I read it. It says parents strive to make sure that the life they leave will help their children live a better one. Children practice what they have learned on their own and what they have gathered from generations before. Mm-hmm. So we just have to pay attention to what we're doing in front of our kids.
Definitely. That is the truth.
And
the way we speak.
That's easy to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the way we speak.
That's easy to say. And a lot of times it's not easy to do. But just being mindful of who we are in front of them.
Yes, and what we say to our kids, because that's a generational thing too. Like calling your child stupid and dumb. Or you're never gonna
I
be
can't stand
nothing, or
that.
you're gonna be just like your daddy or your mama. Those are
And
things
you
that's-
might not think it's affecting them because you
It
angry at the time you just talking.
Mhm.
But because my mom, when she was going through her little moment with my daddy, it was always, you always acting just like your daddy. And I was like, what is acting like my daddy?
Mhm.
And then I'm just like, I find myself acting like him sometimes. I'm like, well, you already know how he goes. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's how I was, because I'm just like, well, I've learned from both of y'all.
And sometimes
But,
we feel like, okay, well, since you tell them it's gonna be, it's gonna
That's
be.
what I'm gonna be. Yeah, that's what, and then that's what my daddy would do it too. And they don't realize that they both telling me I'm acting like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I learned from both of y'all. So
Well, you
what
should be
saying?
saying, don't be like me or your daddy.
Be better.
Be better than us.
Yeah,
Be better.
yeah, and that's why I was like, I don't never wanna, I might say my kids. You hear me say all the time, my kids look like their daddy, but it was
That's a fact.
but when they doing certain stuff, I might say, that's a attitude from their mom, their daddy side.
Yeah.
Or that's my attitude, but I never want to tell them, oh, you acting like him now,
Mhm.
because I don't want them to feel like that's okay.
Yeah.
I always tell Katie, like, you're not gonna do what your daddy did.
Yeah. And that's how I raise my kids. They were not gonna be no womanizer, abuser, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I refused it. If you're not gonna disrespect no woman, you're gonna have respect for a woman. I don't care.
I say me and Katie get into it all the time. I be about to tear his tail out the frame, because I'm like, it's just his sister, and I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't.
And my big thing is, don't do to any woman that you wouldn't want somebody to do to your mama or your sister.
I've done now, but I'll tell him that's who you protect. She hits you, you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get her, because you gonna protect her. I don't care. And when y'all get older, y'all go to school together, I don't care what's going on, because that's gonna be who you protect right there.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be. Even sisters, you know what I'm saying? Y'all family supposed to protect each other. Y'all supposed to have each other's back, because you are all you got.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna have your back like each other.
And I he'll say, I can't stand, I can't stand my sister. I can't stand. I'm like, well, you better learn how to stand it. You better get up.
You can love a person, and sometimes
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you something about that. Okay, the Bible say we supposed to love everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It don't say nowhere in there where you gotta like. So we ain't gotta like them. You ain't even gotta like the kids. But you gotta love them.
Yeah, you gotta love them.
Like I tell him, don't let that, because sometimes you not liking somebody can lead to hate. And I tell him all the time, okay, what I'm gonna do is make y'all sit in the room together until you love her, you want to be with her, because stop doing it to her. That's your sister. Yeah. You're supposed to, regardless if she getting on your nerves, just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but siblings gonna get on each other.
Yeah.
I never met a single parent sibling
that
didn't get on each other's nerves.
And that's just an example of how I try to show them that, I try not to do certain stuff now. I got a potty mouth, and
they know.
I got a potty mouth, but I also tell them just because I talk that way, or just because I do something, that's not what I want you to do.
Yeah, and that's why
you have to be better. But then I have to pick up on myself too, that I gotta stop doing it. So I try to stop doing it around it.
And people talking about people in front of their children.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
Especially people talking about their family members in front of their children. Because now your children is going to treat those family members a certain type of way because of what they sit back and listen to what you say.
With these grown tell kids these days, these kids will go right to in front of you and be like, girl, I don't like you because you don't like my mama. Or you did this, and you probably this person ain't even know. That's definitely
gotta stop.
That's definitely can't rain.
It's definitely because what kids don't have nothing to do with what grown people do. Plus, you should not be sitting having conversations in front of your children.
Mm-hmm. Nothing that you don't want repeated or to even be, thought about.
Yeah, or even children, kids shouldn't have an opinion about an adult because of what you said.
Yeah.
Kids should not have an opinion about adult situations.
Unless it's something serious or whatever. Yeah, outside just an argument between you and your cousin or your whoever.
I think that is so special. And then now your kids not talking to the family member because they done sat and listened to you and another family member. And now you trying to bash and talk and downgrade.
And you know what?
And now this kid think they're better than your kids because they listen to their mama talk junk about this person's mama. And it's just crazy.
And adults around us did it a lot. Yes. And then they get mad when you go repeat what was said. Mm-hmm. And not thinking that you should have never said it in front of them.
In the first place. Yes.
Because now they don't know whether they know right from, they might know right from wrong, but they don't let it right. Yeah.
They listen to their parents.
Yeah. And then they get mad, be ready to whoop your tail, and you like, but I didn't know that I was saying anything wrong. Or they might treat that person, like I said, to me, I was the type of person, my mom didn't like you, I hate you. And you say something to me, I'm going to say something back, and it is what it is, until I got my tail whooped, because my mama, I think she was mad at one of my aunts or something, and she was talking junk, but she's talking junk in front of me. And it was something, but I went and repeated something that she said. She was like, I can't say nothing in front of you, and then popped me in my mouth. And I'm like, she's like, keep your mouth closed sometimes. And I'm like, I used to get mad, and I'd be ready to say something. And I'm like, but it was just because I already feel some type of way towards you, anyways, because my mom doesn't like you right now, anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm very defensive. I was defensive of my mom. Like,
we was brought up where you're supposed to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it was. But then, as our generations change, they
have conversations with their kids.
Yeah, and then we start getting up.
If we were grown up, we could not butt into a conversation and say, you said, yeah, and she did this, and then your child said, she showed did because I seen her when she said that, mom. You know what I'm saying? Like,
come back, we missed all those kids.
That's where it started to change, because I know my generation, being around the adults that, my mama and them, they'll say something, and, we were comfortable with saying certain stuff, but I knew what to say and what not to say.
What was cool and what was not, but, sometimes
we couldn't
even say the word lie.
What? Yeah, we couldn't even.
These kids will call you a lie these days.
My granddad didn't know.
Hot girl,
hate. We couldn't even say.
We couldn't even know. Yeah.
Or call your parent by the first name. Like, if you go somewhere, you ask for your mom, and say, is mama in there? They be like, well, who your mama? You know, mama.
You be scared to say.
And see me, and I think that's where it changed. Around our generation, my time of growing up, because I called my daddy Lamont for the longest. We always had me and shit.
No, this go
the make you go too.
And don't let me go.
You said, wait, what did you say? What did you say about your daddy?
I called my daddy Lamont and I called my mama Tisha, and I called my grandma mama. You don't remember I used to do that? I called her Aunt Selena. My mama, I get home. You call her Aunt Selena, but you can't call me mama. You got me Tisha out my name. And I'm like, all right, Tisha. Until one day she just got tired of me, and I got my tail whooped.
Girl,
I'll call, but my
mama Sandra.
Girl, what?
Because I don't have no teeth to this day.
Come back and be gone.
And my daddy be like, I can remember my daddy say, you don't got no respect for me at all. And I'm like, but that's what everybody else call you Lamont. It ain't Lamont. I don't know why I started doing it. I just started doing it. Wow. But I was always around my aunts and my uncles though. Yeah. I think that's where it
because I kind of grew up like sisters and brothers. Yeah.
And I it was like them was my sisters and brothers too, or my aunts and my uncles too. So I was always, but my aunt said, my kids tell you, I don't call them aunt. I'll say Aunt Kiki or Aunt Talika or Uncle Mark. I do like more so than my sisters and brothers. But I get around y'all and I say Uncle Fontaine or Aunt Talika. And they be like, Kiki and Talika be like, why you call them aunt? You don't call us aunt. I'm like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like, why y'all mad at me?
Because they got grew up so in the house like brothers and sisters. I can see that. I can see that. But if anybody wanted to call in, the number is 910-984-5211. And we're talking about generational curses and how we can break generational curses. And what's some generational curses that you want to talk about or whatever, 910-984-5211. But yeah, it's we definitely, especially as a culture, as a Black culture, we got to do better with the how we're raising our kids, things that we do in front of our kids, but even what we let them watch on TV.
Yeah, that part, and the music.
Yeah,
believe it or not, all that head banging music, all that cursing and everything, that sets their tone for their day. If they wake up and they listening to, go kill everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they gonna go out the door. They gonna be. I know my 11-year-old. I'm just saying from my experience with my young kids.
Yeah,
we ain't doing that.
Yeah,
we cannot do that. He just, Lord, he picks. It's like he's a sponge.
Yeah,
he picks up every negative thing there is.
Yeah,
he picks it up, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and our kids are sponges.
But we as adults are like that.
Yeah, because you go to the club, get on that level. Get on.
We ready to get off the level.
And it's fit to go down.
The music just turned this much.
You know when it's
I just absorbed all that.
Get my pocketbook.
I just absorbed all that. I remember one night before I went. That night I found a girl.
Oh, you so good. What night? I mean, you can find a lot of girls.
I only found one person in the club though. That club though. So yeah, I was like, the music was playing, and I was like, oh my God. And I was
that music do got a big influence.
I was ready to go. I was like,
and anytime I see like the DJ play hype music, and everybody get to bounce around and run around and see bounce around in circles, I know it's time to go. Girl, let me finish this drink so I get
my eyes be like,
looking.
I'm too old for this now. This is why I don't come out like that because what y'all fitting to do.
I had a situation over the weekend. I went out, and I don't party, I don't go out and stuff like that, but I really went because the person who party was, and I wanted to show some of the, wear our outfit of our boutique, and so people could see what we got, and people were asking about the clothes and stuff. But this girl who I did not know came up to me talking about my son. To me. I don't even know you. And she followed me around the club all night talking about my son. And my goddaughter punched her homegirl, so it got bad real quick. I didn't tell you about it. Girl, we were about to tear that place down. You understand me? You already know how I am. But the girl wouldn't give up. She was talking about my son, and one thing about people know about me is I don't play when it comes to my kids. What was she saying? She was trying to tell me that my son was talking bad about me, and that he's supposed to have 2 girls pregnant at the same time, and we were about to be. She was saying a bunch of stuff.
What was that?
And it had nothing to do with me, period, right? But it was fit to be in World War III. And just so happened, I said, I didn't take my gun. I was like, I should turn around and get my gun. I thank God I didn't go back and get my gun. Generational curses. Because my kids are just as crazy as I am. You know what I'm saying? But she showed her tail. She really was being disrespectful. And I showed my tail. But that's why I don't go out. That's why I tell my kids, you got to be careful where you go, because you got to go somewhere with the best intentions. And I actually was having a great time. And it's always going to be that one person that's going to try you or do something, you know what I'm saying, to change your mood or whatever. And I have no business there anyway because I'm changing my life. But I went there as a business, you know what I'm saying? I went there to promote myself. And I went there to support.
You went there to support.
I went to support my friend. And I hadn't been around them, hanging out with them in long years. And it was her birthday, and I want to support her. And this is what happened. That's what happened. I went to prison. But I went to prison because a girl wanted to be so disrespectful. But it is what it is. I hope she's watching. Because girl, your life is in danger. But again, it's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because I realized when I got home, like, my kids be doing, you know what I'm saying? One of my sons is just like me.
Shamir said, I try to modify the old saying, being seen and not heard, because because I feel like it's mostly pertain to little girls and a lot of the fire we needed to survive in this world. was beat out of us or seen as disrespect when we were genuinely curious or genuinely wanted to be heard. Then we grow up thinking we couldn't voice our opinion and stand up for ourselves. And
That is true.
And even them are like in a sense what she says and say it in a respectful way.
And
I like that.
I agree with that.
I like
teach Lily the same thing. Don't let nobody. Remember the other week though when I was talking about I think it was domestic violence, not letting people shut up.
Mhm.
I spent years allowing somebody to make me shut up. And now that I'm who I am now, you can't make me shut up. I'm not gonna shut up. If it's on my mind, I'm gonna say it. If I feel this way, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna know it, and you're not gonna change my mind about how I feel.
Mhm.
I have an opinion, I'm gonna voice it.
You know, I'm gonna say something.
And that's period.
But I like that she said it because Kaylee does it. And Kaylee's just, she's her own person. She's gonna say whatever comes to her mind, the first thing that comes to her mind. If you don't like it,
Sometimes it ain't good though.
it's not. But I like that she does it because that's who she is.
Yeah.
I want her to be. I work with her on what to say when
Well, that's what I'm about to say.
But
sometimes it ain't good because you
I tell her
what you're saying out your mouth.
I
It's a borderline of appropriate and not.
Like she does this thing where she goes into the class and she be talking to her teachers. Our teachers be joking with her, and they be asking them asking her how she look and how they look.
Oh, not Kaylee. I know they asked Kaylee.
Kaylee told one of them, or all three of them, that they all fat. They all need to stop eating.
Well, why
they all need to stop eating. Because the more they eat, the bigger they get.
And I was gonna say that was the wrong key.
Why would they ask her that?
I was like, they came and said it to me, and I was like, I don't know what to say because that was
That's
her
how she
thinking.
feel.
That's how she feel, and y'all. And I'm like, but I don't teach her that. Because they was joking with her, but they didn't know they expect her to say what
brutally honest.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I don't teach Kaylee stuff like that. That's just who she is. Kaylee gonna tell you how she feel, what she said,
and she get it honest.
Yeah, whereas to Kaden will hold back, and I'll try to get him to be like her and like speak up. You need to say what you say because that's who I am. But he's more of it like his dad. His dad like they more. Oh, they gonna keep it to themselves unless they have to say something.
Well, I just passed gas, and I'm sorry because it stinks so.
Yeah, she too. Dang, girl.
I'm sorry.
Girl.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I do like that. I like that.
It's a spray.
I like that comment.
No, let me get it.
You go. Okay, I'm gonna get some. Sorry.
But yeah, definitely just working with your kids on who they are. Not trying to change them because trying to change them, they can go completely left anyways. But let kids be kids. Let them be who they are. I like I said, I admire the fact that my daughter likes to speak up or say what she gonna say or say what's on her mind because it sometimes it need to be heard. Yeah. And then people be looking at me like, why you ain't saying nothing? Why you ain't correct her? And I be like, well, she did a lie. That's how she feel. Yeah. Or people might be thinking that she trying to be funny or she just she just saying something. And I'm like,
yeah, but I would.
And I'm like,
over here. Why you over there?
That's what bougie that's what these bougie hippie pills and stuff. Then I just tell y'all she ate this apple cider thing and now what's she doing? I just told y'all.
I'm sorry, it is deadly. But again, the bougie hippie challenge everybody if you want to do it. It does work.
That's what that does.
Tiffany has slimmed down and lost a couple of pounds. I've slimmed down and lost a couple of pounds.
She needs to go to the bathroom right now.
That's why she wants to do that spray. Oh my God, that's why she wants to do that spray.
I told you, I said I was not doing the bougie.
Your business.
I was not doing the bougie hippie challenge.
This is gonna go do a bit.
Go ahead
and step out.
No, I'm not. Come on.
Let's get his own way.
This bougie hippie don't show you, okay?
But I like the quote that I had earlier. Play that for them.
Oh yeah, I wanna
It's on
hear
here?
that.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, definitely. I love that.
I love one thing I love is Sarah Jakes. It's on your in your messages.
Messenger.
Go to your messages. It's gonna link you to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I love Sarah Jakes. I love how she says things.
This is T.D. Jakes' wife, right? Or
Daughter.
daughter?
His daughter.
His daughter. Okay. Yeah, we was listening to him the other day, me and my sister. He do some pretty good preaching too.
Hold on.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm trying to start it from the beginning.
That's it.
Can y'all hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear it on here? He said that she did that now.
Mm.
And I'm gonna share it for those of you that's on my Facebook that can't hear it. I'm gonna share it so that y'all can see what we shared. But yeah, I love Sarah Jakes and how she she speaks on things. And one thing that she talked about was breaking generational curses. Oh, shut you back on.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that should be.
But she said the way she said it, y'all touched my spirit when I heard.
I did.
it.
And it took everything I had to cry. But we do need to, like I said earlier, as a people, as a culture, just as we just got to work harder to break these generational curses. I hate seeing people that I grew up with, their children struck out on drugs and they're only 23, 19, 18 years old. And because it's learned behavior and, their parents went through that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate seeing that. It breaks my heart.
So question, I have a question. So do you think kids being on drugs can be inherited from the parents?
Yeah, I do.
Not by seeing them do it?
No, sometimes I just think it's in the DNA and the genes. I just feel like I think some of these people are doing drugs while they're free. I truly do feel like sometimes certain things is inevitable that you just got 3 strikes against you. You know what I'm saying? I was born into it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that some things is just you're gonna be struggling with.
Well,
regardless from birth.
What about parents that when you don't do it while you're pregnant, or you
I just feel like, because you got to think that the grandmother did it, the great grandmother did it, the parents did it, the aunts did it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's
because I've heard people say that. I heard that people say, oh, well, basically that's when she was born. That's who she was, or that's who the person was, or because it's other people in their family doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
sometimes it skip your generations and
go into some.
Is everything okay?
Shut up.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything fine.
Chavez says, yes, genetically you are more likely to form an addiction if your parents and so on struggle with the addiction.
Yeah. I'm a true believer that she is. I feel like that's one strike you got against you from birth is dealing with her, even like depression, schizophrenia, mental illness, work ethic. So I think a lot of that stuff is, genetics.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up watching my mom, like, she was a straight hustler, three jobs at one time. So I really believe that it is.
I do. Because, you ever notice, like, you see a family where everybody was doctors and, lawyers, and then the kids grow up to be that. And then you got some family members where everybody struggled. Everybody went through homelessness. And people went through not having jobs or welfare recipients. You know what I'm saying? The whole, then their children grow up to be that way. I really do feel like it's genetic.
Mm-hmm.
I know more so say I see that.
Hey, Sylvia, I want to have you on, Sylvia.
For drugs that is genetic, I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's not. I like.
It's a mind to me. It's
I think it's a mind thing. Because some people can grow up in their parents.
That's what I said. Sometimes it skip a generation. Sometimes you just beat the odds. You know what I'm saying? You just determined not to continue this generational, thing. I just truly feel like that.
And they never seen it before, and then especially white people. They go and like their parents. They probably had the best home, the best parents. Their parents was the best parents.
So that's not just white people. That's definitely us. I've seen people grew up with the best home and then want to go out and sell drugs.
No, I'm just saying.
Want to go out and kill people, and you won't even born and raised like that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just using because most and I'm not saying that black people, but you don't have a lot of black people that came out of good situation.
Yeah, you do.
I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, you definitely do.
But I'm just saying, we see more with white.
No, I feel like I truly feel like it's equal because I've seen a lot of people. I've grown up with people. I've seen a lot of people that had the best life ever.
I'm saying from
growing up
my generation,
turned out to be really.
I'm saying from my generation because most of the people that you see in my generation that are on drugs, they came from most of them, not all of them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe in your generation, but I don't agree with that.
But
because I've seen it,
I said that because
how did you turn out this way? You didn't.
No, I've asked, and that's why I said there's not everybody is some, and just I'm not being but most of them, the ones that we see is the ones that get here or they acting crazy on their parents and trying to kill their parents, and
that's white.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying, and I feel like
it's, that right there. Because I've seen black people because
that's a learned
behavior. Want to fight them and all that. That is some clear people stuff.
That's a learned behavior because I don't feel like that's.
And sometimes it's not learned. Sometimes it's just you over spoiling your children.
Yeah. I said it's a learned behavior.
Yeah, they watch teaching them. You know what I'm saying?
They watching other people act like that. They watching other people do it, and they watch other people go out and do drugs and they want to find a reason because they mad at you that day or whatever.
Yeah, because if my children caught me at BITC, I'm gonna die.
They gonna need it. they gonna need it.
We have to go out and resuscitate your son.
They gonna need it. They gonna need it.
Alexa, how do I resuscitate my son?
They gonna need the drug. They gonna be on the ground.
What did she say? What did she say? Alexa, can I resuscitate my child?
From breakingmuscle.com.
Out of here. Oh my God. But like that's what I was saying, because a lot of black people, they doing it, they probably could, technically drugs come from that community anyway. So that's the rich
to take us
rich
out.
People
backfire. Yeah. It backfired on. That's a conversation for another day too, because we need to have that conversation.
Yeah, so that's why I said that because a lot of those kids are like they going to all these private schools and stuff, and they don't really have the reason to be doing
And on the most drugs.
Yeah, and on
Even
the most
Catholic schools.
I
stuff like that.
swear I've seen some of my high school friends. I'll be looking at them like, what the fuck?
What happened?
Because they are strong.
No, I'm saying that's what
Yeah.
you be wanting to say
Yeah,
to them. Like,
No,
what
I
happened?
see so too,
No.
and I'm like, you look like you my mama age.
I be wanting right. I be wanting to say,
Yeah.
and I be wanting to say, well, yeah, that's what I be wanting.
And I'm glad we didn't get that generational curse.
You're good.
Because I done seen some of my schoolmates and was like, geez, Louise. God, your mamas look like brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Not, say my
Oh,
kind
God,
of.
Jesus. But
Yes.
thank y'all for tuning in. Please go follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Go to our YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. And we're talking about generational curses.
Yes.
But honey, yes, I'm not joking. I was looking like, God, what life was really rough.
Yeah.
Then you look at the rest of them like,
I'm laughing.
Yes,
I'm
I am.
laughing because it's this girl that we walk around Vincent, and when I was with one of the dudes I used to talk to him Vincent, he was like, "Oh, she ain't nothing but 20 years old," and I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" I was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And I'm sorry, but then he was like, he kept saying,
We just playing us. It's the
"I'm sorry, Lord forgive me."
You're
But he
working
kept
progress.
saying, "No, y'all gotta see, y'all gotta
do
see."
that right now.
I gotta find the real
I'm
bad.
gonna
I'm
put
afraid about it.
a jar up here, and I'll make it help her put a
That
quarter
jar-
in it every time.
That
she
jar
put
just
it.
broke my number. Because I can't control that. I can't. I'm trying, but I ain't gonna say I can't. But yeah, but before he told me how old, or before he told me that she was I was thinking the whole time she was a he,
Girl, I was at a graduation. Matter of fact, my granddaughter that passed away graduation, and I was walking in, and this dude, I had on her shirt that we wore to her funeral, and the back it said grandma. He said, "Hold on, were you somebody's grandma?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I thought you were my age." And I was thinking to myself, "Ain't no way in God's green up you thought I was your age. How old is you?" And he was like, "I'm 30." I was like, "No, because honey, I thought you was my age."
He didn't look
So
that
he did not look 30. He looked like he was like 50.
when you said that, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Like, they like I know somebody like that. Like, and I felt so bad at the time. I felt so bad. So it's not funny, but it's funny because that my reaction because he was like I was like, I'm not a fucking woman. He was like, I swear to God it is. And I was like, no, it's not. And then he was like, you know, 20-something years old. And I was like,
Wow.
I like to feel dead in the car.
But we're going to go ahead and get ready to close up our discussion. I thank everybody for tuning in. Please go and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Go like and subscribe to our page. We love each and every one of you, and I thank you for the support and for supporting and watching us every week because our numbers are going up, and I really appreciate it. We all appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we want to end with scripture.
Which one?
Whichever one you want to do.
Okay. We're going to do Psalms 3:34-8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him.
Yes. Love it. Thank you so much, Deidre. You got something you want to say, beautiful?
No, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in, coming to watch us. We love
You want to read some of the comments?
the feedback that we got tonight. The last comment was because I read most of them. I said Shavez had said that earlier. That was Shauna. My bad, Shauna. But Shauna said, "Great job, ladies. Beautiful." But that is you don't have none on yours.
No,
That was the last comment that we had. But thank y'all. We love the feedback that we got for tonight. I really love it. I'm glad that y'all tuned in. Y'all watched. Y'all were engaged with us. It's it means a lot to us,
It
man.
does.
You guys are very engaged and y'all are giving us feedback. Cause we always try to work on how we can change and be better for the next show. So
Yes, we do. And it means a lot to us when we're out in public and people stop us and tell us about our show and tell us they can't wait for the next show and tell us that, talk about the topics that we talk about. We've had people to come and tell us that they, some of our motivational Mondays and Wednesdays touch us a topic or discussion that they're going through in their life or have been through, and they didn't, needed a way to talk about it or deal with it, and we help them out we help them work through it. And that means a lot when somebody comes to you and tell you that what my testimony is and what her testimony is and what her testimony is can help you deal with your, handle your testimony or your situation, your personal situations. And I thank God for each and every one of y'all, and I pray that whatever you're going through, that God helps deliver you from it and give you peace.
Yes.
And so thank you so much for watching. We love you and have a blessed night.
We'll
See y'all
Wednesday. What's the topic Wednesday?
Wednesday's topic is single men and women being a boss and living life.
Yes, so we're going to talk about how can us as women and men, how can we have it all?
How can we have it all?
How can we have it all? How can we, be parents, or even if you're not a parent, if you got someone else, how can you have that and plus have more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a great topic. I do. Even being saved, I feel like how can you be saved and what I mean? And have everything too. You know what I mean?
And still
Like even with this podcast.
Yeah. How can you be saved and still go out and enjoy your time
Life,
out
yeah.
life without having to have stimulations on it, or people
Yeah,
look
because
at
people
you.
do put you in a
Yeah.
bubble and feel like,
You
because
can't
you
do
gave your life to
nothing.
Christ that you're supposed to be, you're supposed to wear a skirt down to your
Yeah.
ankles
And they don't realize that God said ain't nobody perfect. The only person
Yeah.
that's perfect is Him.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
let's leave it there, because you try to tell me who I can be and who I can't be.
Yeah, what's the right way to be saved?
You ain't
Yeah.
you ain't the judge. You ain't gonna judge me on Judgment Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true that. Well, God bless everybody. Have a good night.
Thank
Stay
you.
focused, and get bougie hippie because it works.
They better go run into the bathroom. So y'all, they ready to end this because they can just go use the bathroom.
Yeah, we're gonna have our grand opening on June 30th, which is a Friday, and it's gonna be a family fun day. And if you are a business owner and you want to put up a tent and bring some of your product out, even if you sell food, if you
Pop-up
want to sell
shop,
some
y'all.
of your food, if you want to, however you want to do it, please contact either one of us.
Pop-up shop, y'all.
Yeah,
So bring
pop-up
your-
shop.
Bring your
Yes,
stuff
yes.
out. Bring your stuff out. All our vendors,
Yes.
everybody that.
And that's how we want to do
sell.
our grand opening, by helping others get their stuff out there.
And if we can help ourselves, we can help y'all. So
Yes. So contact us if you want to come out and put your stuff out, put your tent up, and do your big one. Please contact either one of us, ladies. Inbox us, call us 910-984-5211. Is there a number you want them to do, or just call you through Messenger?
just hit me up on Facebook, which is KMAC, KAYMAC.
Is
I
there a number
don't
you
have my
want them
number.
to call and contact you too?
910-591-9712.
Call us and we'll make it happen. We can get together and try to make our businesses great together.
So
Y'all have a blessed night.
Bye.
see y'all later.